Bonjour et bienvenue sur DarkOtaku Gaming pour la suite de The Night of the Rabbit. Sans doute vers la fin, nous arrivons et on ne sait toujours pas quoi faire avec ce crapaud ici.
The toad's breathing rather heavily. No wonder, it's got these ugly posters sticking all over its body. I'll try to tear off the posters.
Oh.
I'm going to squish you.
C'était peut-être ça du coup.
It won't let me get any closer.
You spell disaster for everyone. You used us.
But I need to deliver the mail. Jerry didn't care what the frog said because he was too late.
What? But it wasn't like that at all.
Ah, c'est ça qu'il disait quand il avait besoin de son vélo.
These chestnuts are huge.
Bon, peut-être que maintenant il faut que j'utilise ces machins là sur lui.
Hello? Yes?
This looks like...
Uh-oh, the chestnuts went pretty far up his nostrils.
Take your hands off me, human. I got you.
Oh, il a réussi. Il a retiré les posters.
My mind is
Pas même
clear.
s'il les a toujours.
I was willing to squish you, but the spell that fogged my mind is now broken. I will now return home to the streams of time.
Au revoir crapaud. Ah.
Isn't that good enough for you? But that's...
Jerry,
that won't do any good.
Parlons à plateau.
Plato, are you alright?
I'm sorry, but my friend Jerry needs help again. I haven't got time for strangers.
Strangers? But I am Jerry.
Jerry didn't care what the frog said because he was too lazy to walk. What are you saying, Jerry? You want to borrow my bike? But I need to deliver the mail. Jerry didn't care what the frog...
He thinks that cardboard fig... And he doesn't remember me.
Donc ça on est déjà... J'ai l'impression que ça se répète. Hein. Plateau c'est moi, tu m'as donné ça.
Oh, Jerry?
Il s'en souvient.
Jerry, where have you been?
Where have I been? The three of us were in the dark tunnel. And then
Oh, just as long as you're doing all right.
I was about to say the same.
Friendship removes the nail? Who's supposed to believe that?
Est-ce qu'on a retiré le clou de l'arbre là?
Hey!
Mais c'est l'abruti.
What's going on
C'est
here?
l'abruti de lèvres jaunes.
Where did Plato go?
Unfortunately, Plato, the clumsy amphibian, recently had an accident with his bicycle.
Oh, really?
He broke all his frog legs on an oak while being forced to deliver a useless letter for a certain Jerry Hazelnut.
Ha you miserable bitch bit.
Hey, look who's here.
Spotting tail for those bogey.
Maybe he can help me.
On va relire le script, hein, comme d'habitude.
The Curse of Zaroff, Act 2. Let's see. Without hesitation, Jerry accepts the leprechaun's gold and in return gives up his hopeless fight. He ceases to live?
Ça me fait rire. C'est ça ta grande vengeance?
Hey, a four-leaf clover. It's firmly nailed to the ground. There's no way I can rip it out.
Don't you touch me, Shamrock. You're no good numpty.
sandbags hanging there.
Oh, faith be God! This reminds me of the famous Irish troll boxer, Crondo the Crusher. Strong as 10 bulls he was. He always had punch bags dangling from his ceiling as well, but they weren't filled with sand.
No? What then?
12-year-old boys he caught in the forest.
Le Clou est là.
Another one of those weird nails.
Which, this time around, was indeed completely harmless and of no relevance.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Merde, où est ma souris? Ah. Oh! J'ai une fissure là-bas.
How odd. There's a tear in the bill.
The silly boy felt himself slowly going crazy. Reality itself appeared to be breaking apart.
There's something behind it too.
J'ai l'impression que les
I
animations
can't
du jeu sont
write it
buggées.
with my hands.
Utiliser le son.
Right. This should work.
Wait, Jerry.
Yes?
Do you really want to know how deep that rabbit hole goes?
Excuse me?
You're about to uncover a terrible secret.
Fine by me.
Huh.
A lever? Is that all?
Jerry was so disappointed he wanted to die.
Voilà, j'appuie sur les trucs au pif.
Oops.
No! Ouch! The lovely shamrock. It came off.
I'm sorry. I think I ruined the lawn.
Ouch! Oh no! Me gold! Me gold!
There. Now I can reach the top hat.
Ha! Jerry's lethal trap is sprung, and he steals the poor leprechaun's much more elegant top hat.
Le pif gagnant.
I just want to get out of here.
Dirty thief!
Well, who cares?
Me poor gold! Me gold! My...
Mi hat!
Nothing but worthless plastic chips. Curses. By all the snatty snap-noses of all the peat-bog banshees. If it isn't, young Johnny, the plumber. Looks like you rid me of my delusion, boy. Thank you ever so kindly. I
J'ai fait ça au
surely
pif,
owe
en fait.
you.
Tout à
Should I
l'heure, c'est
turn
il a
someone
fallu
into a
que-
sheep to stop this madness?
Aussi que ce soit au pif
No,
que je parle de crapaud, là, c'est au
no!
pif.
You must help me remove the nail.
All right, boy. And O'Donnell doesn't like to be beholden to anyone. This wish is on the house. Hail and rain and wafts of mist.
Thanks, Mr. O'Donnell.
The curse I was under is broken. I'm going home. And O'Donnell is born for freedom. You remember that, you ugly conniving whisperer.
Eh ouais, Zaroff. Apparemment, il fait de la merde. Ah ouais, du coup c'est fonctionné maintenant, je vais voir avec cette
The land of volcanoes, sharp swords and man-eating fox spirits. What a beautiful place to fail in, Jerry thought. Just give up, bonehead.
Hey,
I'm a fox, I swear.
Kitsuna.
You are trapped in a human's body. No mask can hide that, Kitsune.
But
Humans and foxes can never be friends.
if a human accepts the fox for who she is, doesn't that count?
Even if that were the case, why aren't you changing back?
I tried to change back. It just won't work.
You may wish to be a fox again, but your heart is lost.
Oh.
I shall protect your ears from the confusion wrought by humans.
Please help me.
I shall heal you from being human, or devour you as a human.
Ok.
Kitsuna? Great, a new script. The Curse of Zaroff, Act 3. Little Jerry won't give up.
He kept bothering the foxes incessantly.
Until they grew tired of the immature smart aleck and devoured him, bones and all.
Ouch!
En tout cas, la fin est très originale pour le jeu. On va voir ce qu'on a alors. La cloche, le clou, les symboles de Zaroff, la statue.
More posters. I'll rip them down.
I smell a human. I may be blind, but my nose never deceives me.
We foxes are dangerous animals.
Oh no, Kitsuna sounds downright threatening.
Kitsune, rappelle-toi qui m'a donné ça. Ah d'accord.
Foolish boy, I can smell your intention, but she cannot hear you. She is mine.
Ok.
She is his! Louder!
But how?
Qu'est-ce qu'il y avait d'autre? Rien. Ici j'ai essayé la ruse du renard pour les
I
prospectus.
don't think I need the illusion here.
Parce que là on a avec l'œil quelque chose là-haut.
Another one of those nails.
A completely...
Oh, stop it already. My mum always says, fool me twice, shame on me. The Guardian's in the way.
If you touch that nail, I will bite off your head.
I'd better keep my distance.
Oh je sais, il peut pas m'empêcher de faire deux choses à la fois. Qu'est-ce que ça fait ça déjà?
That probably... Let's see what happens when I hold this thing against the bell.
My
Oh
ears!
putain. Du coup, vite Kitsune, écoute la sonnette.
I hope she'll remember her bell. Kitsuna?
Jerry?
Are you trying to rob me of my remaining senses? Human! I shall have all humans suffer for this, including your little Kitsune.
I'm a fox, I swear.
You may wish to be a fox again, but your heart is lost. I shall protect your ears from the confusion wrought by humans.
Jerry!
Quick, Kitsuna, run away!
You belong to us!
No.
I will always be a fox, Jerry.
And Jerry's sound carrier shattered in his backpack.
Oh, great. The sound carrier broke. I'd better be careful with the shards. I'd better be careful. I don't think I'd better take... Better not. Better not.
Qu'est-ce que je...
I don't want to put up.
Donc maintenant, voyons voir ce qu'on a.
Kitsuna, are you alright?
Jerry,
Humans,
But if a human accepts a fox for who she is...
you may wish to be. I shall. Oh.
Kitsuna, don't listen to him. He's not himself. He will keep you forever.
Jerry, why don't you just leave? I will always remain a fox.
I know, and that's a good thing. You are you. You are a fox.
I am a fox. Foxes fight!
Oh! Elle l'a libéré.
Young Kitsune, I am but a blind guardian, but my mind once again sees clearly. I owe you my thanks, human.
C'est facile en fait.
Be a friend to her.
Même plus. Nouveau clou pour moi. Ah, celui-là il tombe tout seul, tiens. Par le pouvoir de l'amour.
Friendship removes the nail? Who's supposed to believe that?
Donc le dernier devrait se situer. Voilà, voilà. Sauf qu'ici, il n'y a pas d'amis.
Where am I now?
À part la baleine, et je suppose qu'elle va
And
apparaître.
water, as
Pour
far
empêcher
as
de
I
passer.
can see. Oh, the wind is very cold.
The boy was so overjoyed at getting to spend another vacation in one of the most beautiful places on earth.
Vacation?
That, cheering loudly, he tore off his clothes and jumped into the ice-cold water.
Jerry on the rocks!
Pas le choix.
I'm beginning to think you don't care about me at all.
Mr. Hazelnut, I resent your attitude. The only thing I care about is art. But you just won't follow the script.
Yes, please forgive me. Oh, just try harder.
I certainly hope so, you useless amateur! Now, farewell. A mighty polar whale broke through the ice behind Jeremy, and with his mighty voice he proclaimed,
You have made a brave effort. You even advanced to the edge of the eternal ice. But you cannot withstand the cold. It is time to give up. To let go. Join me as I slide into the dark, cold waters under the ice.
Alors, on va voir ce qu'on peut faire ici. Alors, on a le scénario minimum.
Great, another script.
the magnum opus of the fantastic Zaroff. A first-class literary stroke of genius, you ignoramus.
The title is The Curse of Zaroff, fourth and final act.
A masterpiece of simplicity.
Jerry was at the North Pole, it was cold, he was freezing.
just like really being there. It's so authentic.
Jerry was snowed in and frozen. Everyone was happy about that. The polar whale sang with joy.
What a beautiful ending. So tragic.
Candy cane.
Jerry couldn't resist.
You just want my tongue to freeze to the thing.
Exactly. Finally, you've read the script. Go right ahead, then.
No. I'm going to save it for later.
Alors, ce qu'on a...
Oh, the boy is just too smart for you.
Quiet!
Voyons. Avec mon œil magique, qu'est-ce que je vois? Ok, la glace et le clou.
Ice flows and waters.
Jerry was fascinated by the relentless cold of the Arctic Sea. The sight of its icy waves alone was enough to make Jerry shiver uncontrollably.
C'est bon, on a compris. Il
Ice
fait froid.
flows.
Jerry,
Ice flow. Ugh, can't read. There's no way I'm going to swim through the icy water.
the nail.
Just cut it out. I know this nail mark. It's evil just like you.
But
No, save your breath. The nail must go.
now you listen up, mister.
No, the nail must go, and that's that.
Woohoo!
Quiet!
How on earth did scientists get the idea this kind of thing would attract whales?
Jerry held up the string of lights. In an instant, the polar whale leapt out of the water, burying the boy beneath it.
Gills? Whales are mammals, you know.
How embarrassing.
C'est un évent qui est là, pas une branche.
A Christmas tree. Mum always bakes delicious mince pies for Christmas.
The young boy's yearning for the familiar sweets was downright overwhelming. It painfully reminded him of the fact that his mother would never again hold him in her arms.
This is just
The curse and all that is all right, but dragging his mother into this?
Disgusting!
On dirait bien que le public se repiffe. Je crois que l'influence des Arabes sur eux...
Maybe it'll make me feel better if I take down the decorations.
Assemblons ça.
Ho ho ho! Now I have a very festive fishing rod. I bet this is how Santa fishes.
Non, donc c'est dans l'océan qu'il faut lancer ça.
You know, I bet if Santa ever goes ice fishing, he takes along plenty of warm milk and cookies. Right, let's see what happens.
The polar whale had taken the bait and dragged the wimpy boy down into the icy depths.
Just a cable?
Ah, that's an...
Electric! Hey, look.
Yes, that's it. A wicked electric cable eel
Non,
that's
on a
about
compris
to...
qu'il faut qu'il débranche la prise.
Just a moment.
C'est fini.
That's about to wrap itself around my scrawny neck and zap me with a lethal electric shock.
Yes, exactly. Very good.
I think you need a vacation if you depend on a 12-year-old to create your art for you. The cable loops back there to where all the wind is coming from. Wait, why am I saying back there when I'm clearly on an ice floe in the middle of the ocean? I'll just pull on the cable. Hey, look! It's a wind machine.
Tire encore.
I see. Looks like the fan's direction can be changed.
No, you can't do that. The fan blades would chop up your delicate fingers.
Baloney.
Et la baleine est libre. Par contre, je comprends pas du tout comment ça se fait. C'est un film. Comment
Better. Thank you, little lamb walker.
No, no, no!
Our nightmare is now over.
Le
But
clouton.
many are still dwelling under the curse of darkness.
Et d'ailleurs, je viens de me rendre compte que le hibou est sur le
got
côté
to
là.
help them.
Avec sa petite
Anything but a hair.
bête de
And
source.
thereof is a mighty whale!
I'm way too small.
That is exactly your strength, little lamb walker.
Woohoo! Jerry! You can do it, Jerry!
Quiet! We believe in you, Jerry! Go,
Du coup, je pense que ça va être l'épisode final. Si j'arrive à mettre Zarm à ce moment-là.
I shall now dive home. Be strong, Jerry. Be strong.
I will
Hey.
stop Zaroff. I will stop him.
Curses.
Alors déjà, je vais sauvegarder. Et je vais essayer de finir l'épisode. Enfin, je vais essayer de finir le jeu
No.
dans cet épisode,
No,
même si ça
no.
prend 40
You'll
minutes.
ruin everything! You...
Si ce sera fait.
Jerry removed the nail. He realized that this was all just a dream that he and his friends were trapped in. He understood that he was able to change the dream
But...
because it was his dream.
But you can't.
The unfriendly man congratulated Jerry.
Congratulations, boy. You did it.
And was suddenly much nicer than before.
That was truly fantastic, Jerry. Boy, this was weird, but you kept on top of it. Absolutely awesome.
The end.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Jerry Hazelnut.
Et David. Et David aussi. Parce que David l'a fait.
Encore.
La fin du jeu. C'était genre ça, le climax final, récupérer les 4 clous et c'est
And
bon.
finally, Jerry woke up.
Voir cette neige, ça me défrise. Oh,
No. No! This is impossible!
j'ai battu.
We're back in the clearing.
The audience. Oh, are they spirits?
They're dreamers. The curse brought them here.
Why are they so angry?
I've seen this before. They are restless. They are furious. They could forget their way back in their blind rage.
And then?
Then they would just become empty spirits haunting the dreams of others. Hitadama.
Watch out, Jerry!
It came from over there.
Zaro. You, calm down the dreamers. I'll take care of Zaro.
But Jerry!
He's right. You can sing, can't you?
Well, yes, but...
avoir un gogol dans le monde. Il a fait un air, il me semble, et qu'il dit
Non, c'est à moi.
même pas les producteurs du jeu aussi. Parce qu'apparemment, si tu décides casse-toi, YouTube te le donne. Et si la personne ne fait pas opposition, c'est à toi. C'est aussi simple que ça. Alors maintenant, c'est quoi? C'est le climax final entre moi et Zarov. On va savoir qui est le vrai boss. Ah ouais, ils ont réussi. Du coup, moi, qu'est-ce que je fais?
Now, where did Zaroff get to?
You defeated the lizards, removed the nails. The Marquis chose you well. Now, show me what you're made of, Dreamwalker.
Jerry, defend yourself.
Quoi? Du bleu contre du bleu. Ce que je fais en fait. Tout à l'heure, on verra essayer d'envoyer des trucs dessus. C'est le truc qu'il fallait envoyer. Je vais essayer un truc. Il y a 4 clous.
Excellent. You repelled his spell with the nail and rendered it harmless. Zaroff lost one of his spells.
D'accord, donc les clous sont aussi représentatifs des sorts. Donc j'envoie le même sort. Et je dois trouver le bon clou. C'est en l'argent. C'est pas le bon. Ah si. Oh putain, le coup de bol.
Well done. You repelled his spell with the nail and rendered it harmless. Zaroff has only 2 spells left now.
Le bleu. Du coup, le bleu c'est le jaune. Le mauve c'est le noir. Il a envoyé le mauve, c'est ça? Non, il a envoyé le bleu. On dirait que le marquis est en train de réapparaître dans la brume. C'est bien ça. Gagnant.
Excellent. Now Zaroff has only 1 remaining
Parce que moi,
spell.
le rouge et l'orange me semblaient compatibles. Mais le reste, là... Non, le clou du spectacle. Vous avez compris parce que c'est le titre de la vidéo.
You took everything I had. For this I shall...
Tu vas faire quoi?
You, it is you.
You did it, Jerry. Zaroff used his magic against you and lost.
I didn't mean to do it. Not like this. Marquis, are you...
He's still too weak. He cannot answer you.
Oh! Il me ressemblait, on dirait.
Who's the boy? Where did he come from?
The tree, it remembers. It remembers the teacher and the apprentice who once visited this place. Zaroff did evil things. That's why he cannot look the child he once was in the eye. But who among us could, after all?
Who is he? What does all this mean?
Les cartes.
The great Zaroff. One of the greatest illusionists of his time. You may have heard of him. Not many remember him now. In reality, he wasn't just an illusionist. He was one of us, a magician. Zaroff was the last apprentice of the Marquis de Hoto.
Ouh, il est
When the
stylé
rabbit
comme ça.
trained him, he was just a boy, not much older than you. When his training was finished, young Zaroff and his teacher visited the clearing of the first tree, and they left some traces behind. The tree would remember them. Soon, the Marquis and Zaroff became living legends as they hurried from one world to the next, from portal to portal, and helped wherever help was needed. They were true tree walkers, but their path led them to a place where darkness ingrained upon their souls. I was there when the mirror of shadows disclosed to them their own potential. They beheld their own brightest virtues and saw the darkest chasms within their souls. And only few can bear that kind of truth. So it was only a matter of time until the dark seed sprouted within them. And when it did, the Marquis was the first to start doubting the ideals of the tree walkers. Then the apprentice started doubting the teacher, and finally the two of them turned on each other in hatred. In his blind wrath, the Marquis banished his apprentice to the world from whence he came. He took away his ability to walk between worlds, so that every portal would remain closed to him.
Pas sympa.
Zaroff became a prisoner in his own world. A world that had room for magic only on its stages.
Ha.
Thus he became the great Zaroff, the illusionist.
Mais pas vraiment, parce qu'il avait des
The
vrais
appeal
pouvoirs.
of the new tricks he invented to captivate his audience soon wore off, and Zaroff fell for a second time. Marooned, forgotten. In his despair, he began to rattle the doors of
Les
his
masques,
reality.
ils sont là.
He turned to alchemy, forbidden experiments, to open up the portal worlds once again. And with every failed experiment grew the hatred for his teacher and for his audience that no longer cared for him. And when Zaroff was finally driven by nothing other than fury and revenge, something answered to his rattling and
Les
knocking.
lézards.
Consortium Squamata, the lizards. With its false promises, the Consortium had already passed through many worlds. Promises that would disturb the balance of nature. Zaroff was approached by 4 members of the Consortium. They offered the magician a deal. The lizards had surreptitiously obtained the ability to walk between worlds, but they didn't know the way to the most secret of places. Zaroff, on the other hand, had memorized the paths of the tree walkers, the portals, the path to the clearing of the first tree. Thus he led the lizards through the portals, betraying the tree walker he had once been with every step of the way. In exchange, they gave him the power to cast a curse on one of the first trees. The lizards gave Zaroff 4 nails. 4 nails, made of 4 cursed metals, serving to drive the magician's spell deep into the trunk of the first tree, where it would take effect and make the inhabitants of the portal worlds his final audience, thus trying to obtain respect and glory by force. Zaroff's final great triumph.
C'est donc ça qu'essaient
And
de venir
while
les
the
cartes.
portal worlds were suffering from the curse of Zaroff, the lizards invaded them, as they had done many times before. Only one could have provided help, but Zaroff's mentor, the Marquis de Hoto, had spiraled himself further into the darkness that the Mirror of Shadows had revealed to him.
The Cold One. He was willing to let us freeze to death.
The good tree walker who had trained Zaroff. I
C'est le
had
masqué.
already given up hope I would ever meet him again. But when Zaroff entered the clearing, the first tree remembered the magicians. When it recognized the threat that the apprentice posed, the first tree brought to life and sent out the memory of his teacher.
D'accord,
So,
c'était
the
pas le
memory
vrai.
of the Marquis de Hoto, shaped long before his own corruption set in, left the clearing of the first tree, and promptly forgot that it was nothing but a memory. And once
C'est donc
again,
ça.
he was a true tree walker. He set forth to find himself an apprentice, somebody who would be able to stop Zaroff. He answered your call. The roots of the first tree run deep, even into our dreams. The Marquis found you, Jerry, because you had a dream.
Pam, 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 pam.
What will happen to Zaroff now?
This place might be his only salvation. He will remain in the shadow of the first tree. The Marquis, the first tree, they were right. You went beyond yourself. That's how you finally got to this place and faced down Zaroff. The Marquis made you a true tree walker, but you were forced to pay a high price. When the Marquis went from idea to reality by entering your world, something else had to go. Your father, as though through a revolving door, the Marquis came to life, and your father was lost in the rift between worlds
C'est le
and
Marquis.
forgotten. But do not worry. You saved us all, and very soon we will return the favor.
Donc je suis toujours un marcheur d'arbres, sans maître, étant
An
donné que...
acquaintance of mine once said, "Only those who get on the way can find their way." And so it came to pass that Jerry had to leave his mentor behind in the clearing of the first tree.
Ouais, c'est vrai, j'ai
Jerry
pas de
knew
mentor,
that he
moi.
had been more than the memory of a courageous, one-of-a-kind tree walker, more than the first tree of mousewood needing Jerry's help. He had been a friend. Then, for the last time, The Marquis slowly turned and lifted his hand as if to wave goodbye.
I will never forget you.
Said Jeremiah Hazelnut.
And I will never forget you.
Came the reply from the shadows at the foot of the tree. And the boy knew the Marquis, the tree. He would remember him.
Du coup, dans un
When
sens,
Jerry returned to Mousewood, lost in thought, there was music in the streets, because for the first time in a long while, an apprentice had come to Mousewood to study the art of
en
arts.
fait, c'est l'arbre
And
lui-même
for the
qui
first
va
time in a
enseigner
long
la magie
while,
à travers
the
le
Treetop
Partie.
Festival, the celebration of friendship and courage, was held in honor of an apprentice who had finished his training, in honor of the tree walker, Jeremiah Hazelnut, the rabbit's apprentice.
Et du coup, j'ai terminé. Ah, et je peux dire au
Not
revoir
on
à tout le
duty
monde.
then.
No, Penny is now the Crow Scout. He has to stay away from the cannon now. A few nights I knew there was something wrong.
Poor Penny.
I love the treetop. I come here every... I have this magic premonition that you will not be the last.
Greetings, Jeremiah. The portals have recovered.
You can go home now, Jerry. Are you ready?
Once.
Come see us.
Ok, je vais parler à tout le monde.
Isn't this a grand table? We put it together yesterday
Very stylish, boy.
and it was great fun too.
Yes, diligent.
You again?
Spitzweg.
Mr. Spitzweg, what are you doing here?
Well, I heard that in your honor they were holding the Treetop Festival earlier this year. So, naturally, you must tell me all about...
And you tell me about...
Oh, you'll come and see me soon.
Oui, je les
I
lis.
brought some lovely
Vous voulez les
kelp
lire, vous
tea
aussi,
from the
faites
coast.
pause. Parce que moi, je lis
They are
rapidement.
holding the Treetop Festival. Oh, sometimes it's a really good... This is the most...
Glad to hear it.
They are holding the tree.
Glad to hear it.
This is a
Parce qu'en fait,
great
je sais
party.
qu'il y a un...
Almost makes you forget all your troubles.
Il y a un succès pour dire au revoir à tout le monde.
Jerry, I heard you're about to leave. I hope you'll visit us again.
Sure, I live
Really? How far's that?
just a portal away.
Oh, well then,
And,
Plato, my little... But we won't know what the folk of Mousewood will think until next weekend. That's when...
sounds great.
Yes, we've been very... Sometimes, I even dare to hope that old...
Hope you like the cupcakes too.
Ah, c'est vrai que j'ai pas résolu ça. Où est Oli?
Yeah, I could gorge on those all.
Somehow. Then why don't you order a carrot cake from Anya next time?
Is that supposed
Hey, is it true that you saw...
Yes. And I befriended...
How cool is much cooler than my stupid violin?
Dance at last! Oh, yes!
Ça y est, il
Oh,
danse.
hey!
Alors le générique vient de
Have you seen my
s'arrêter.
son? He wrote me a letter saying he wants to retire to Coconut Park. Would you believe? Just as I said. He's a born... I bet he's sitting behind some mushroom, thinking up new material.
Monsieur Mur de Pierre.
Here they all go again. Typical. But they have good... Whatever would they do?
Here's our tree walker now. I hope I can interview you soon. Then you can let us in on how you tamed the lizards, chased off the crows, and
Okay.
no false mod. You've got a good face.
Hey, youngster, remember? You whippersnapper agent, don't you? And now
Donc,
here... Hey, young, remember? Just because your apprenticeship is finished, that does you whippersnapper age and experience form the stablest, don't you forget. And now let's... Here's...
Et
It's
titre.
amazing how my
J'ai le
friends
succès.
can dance. I wish I could dance, but I look...
Le lutin. Oui, 50 minutes pour le dernier épisode. Je voulais pas couper pendant l'action.
Greetings, Jeremiah. The portals.
You can go. Are you ready?
Oui, je vais rentrer chez moi.
Yes.
And I'm going to come.
Peut-être que là, du coup, on va voir le père de Jérémy avec son pug.
My father, my mother, will they be back?
They already are.
Parce que imaginez un peu, vous êtes la mère de Jérémy, d'un coup votre mari disparaît et votre fils aussi. Alors vous voyez les icônes. Oh, Kitsune
Terry, we've been waiting for you for an hour. I've had to stop your dad from eating the entire blackberry pie himself.
I was hungry. I feel like I've been on my legs forever.
Me too.
Moi personnellement, je pensais vraiment que le père de Jérémy c'était Zaroff.
And that's all Jeremiah could say. The fox girl still claims that he cried.
That's so not true.
Thus Jeremiah Hazelnut returned home, and thus ends our story.
Ah bah, je suis content d'avoir fait The Night of the Rabbit. J'espère que vous aussi.
But
Oh,
with every ending, other stories begin.
et c'est lui. Est-ce
They
que
are
du
like
coup,
waves in the ocean, always in motion, spilling over and intertwining.
est-ce que son pote est coincé dans les cristaux ou est-ce que
Some
c'est vraiment le
stories
marquis?
tell of huge problems we create for others that can barely be solved, even with courage, especially when you're nothing but a tiny mouse. But perhaps someone is going to step up.
Je me disais aussi que lui on n'a pas pu, on a vu l'aider, lui et son ami qui avait disparu.
And then there are scary tales as well. Secret, forbidden ones that you can only tell behind
Par
closed
contre, il y a plein
doors.
de bugs, du coup on voit mon bureau qui apparaît.
Are you suddenly cold too?
Who was that boy?
Marquis? Oh, le marquis est
My
enfermé.
friend's apprentice. Thank you for helping him. He broke Zaroff's curse.
I underestimated Zaroff, and that boy too. Will you finally free me from this prison, so that I may once again protect the portal worlds? This kind of thing must never happen again.
You know that this is impossible, old friend.
Oh,
Nothing is impossible.
je le savais que c'était lui. Il n'y avait pas moyen que ce soit autre chose. C'était tellement cousu de fil blanc. Oh. Est-ce qu'il vient de péter la vitre? En tout cas, voilà. C'était The Night of the Rabbit. J'espère que ça vous a plu. Moi, ça m'a plu. N'hésitez pas à vous abonner, à mettre un j'aime, à commenter cette vidéo et à la partager. Je vous dis à la prochaine sur DarkOtaku Gaming. C'était Devil. À plus.